Hey guys, welcome to Troy Time. Hey, check it out. Today I want to talk to you about potatoes, okay? I've talked to you about potatoes a couple times before. About 3.5 months ago, I talked to you about interplanting our potatoes with some green beans. That worked out really well, okay? But I left some of those, but I did it as an experiment. I left some of those just right in their containers, okay? So I wanted to see if we could leave potatoes in the containers and see how they do over the winter. Okay, I know you can leave potatoes in the ground and you cover them with mulch, and that helps them. And then you can basically go and harvest them. It kind of puts them in stasis, almost like they're sitting in the refrigerator. Okay, I wanted to test and see if we could do that with containers above ground. The reason being is during the winter I've got all of these containers of soil, and I wanted to have them be productive for me or useful for me. So I wanted to see if we could just leave them right in the containers and see how they fared. All right. If they did great, awesome. Then we can do that. Maybe they will sprout, and maybe we can use them for seed potatoes. I don't really know. Maybe they're spoiled, frozen, spoiled. That's what this experiment is about, to see what's the easiest way that we can overwinter our potatoes, so we can either use them for sprouting potatoes in the spring, which is coming up, or we can actually eat them and harvest them throughout the winter. Okay. We've had a particularly cold winter here in Virginia, as has most of the United States. The last 2 weeks has been snow-ridden. We've had snow. We've had snow in my backyard for the last 2 weeks, and lows down in the low 20s. Okay, we've been in the low 20s solid. So solid freeze, cold weather, perfect for the experiment. It's just getting a little warmer today. I think we're up to maybe 60 degrees as our high, and so hopefully that soil is defrosted. And then we can take a look at these potatoes and see what we get. I'm anxious to see. I hope you are too. If it didn't work, I've got a couple ideas I'm going to try for next winter as well. So it's not a total loss if it didn't work. It's just information we can use and get better with. So let's see how we did. Okay, so don't freak out. This is our control, okay? I left these just out in the air, at the sun and the rain and everything, to see what would happen. So don't freak out on these. Okay, here's our spot. You may remember, tucked around behind our shed. And these are the potatoes. These are the ones we left. The ones on the bottom really didn't get much sun because we had beans interplanted and the fence was shading them. So they're likely to be not as productive as the bags were just as high. And knowing that, I said, well, let me just leave them and see if they overwinter. Because there's probably not too many in there, but it makes for a really good test. So this was a good test subject for us. So we're going to grab one of these right here. Okay, let's open this bad boy up. Okay, so I'm not concerned with the volume of potatoes here because these grew in almost full shade, all right? I'm concerned with the quality, just to see if we can actually grow potatoes and leave them over winter. So what we have here is these front three are kind of squishy. They're kind of bad, just wet and kind of squishy. But these back, I don't know what are there, 8 back there? Those are much better. Those are really solid, and they look like they're fine. Okay, so these here in the back, these all look good. So these will all be edible. So let's go ahead. We'll cut one open. We'll take a look, and we'll give it a sniff test and see what we think. All right. Okay, so these look really good. They look good, they smell good, they're a good texture. These are totally edible, okay? So the ones in back are edible and the ones in front are not. They're basically spoiled. So it's mixed results. So I don't want to call it a success, but I'll call it real close to a success, okay? And that's good news because that means we just need a couple tweaks for next year and we should be good to go. This year we used a 5-gallon bag, so next year I'm going to put them halfway. I'm going to probably harvest them from the 5-gallon bag and stick them in the middle of a 10-gallon bag. That way they'll have more insulation all the way around. I may even build either a small type of plastic greenhouse around them or use some plastic in some way, or I may just stack the 10-gallon bags on top of each other. I may even make like a above ground sort of root cellar by stacking bags on top of each other. So we'll see. There's a lot of ideas we're going to try in the future so that we get 100% success. But I'm excited for next year. I think this is going to work out really well. So we'll make a few tweaks, we'll make some improvements, and this is going to be a good deal. So if you've followed my channel for a while, you know that we've had a bunch of good potato harvests, okay? We've done interplanting with different plants. We've done a bunch of different things with potatoes in containers, all right? And that's one of the reasons why I want to be able to store these over the winter, because we could have just a bunch of potatoes stored all winter long with materials we already have. So that'd be a great thing. So make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to try some of those other methods I just spoke about next winter. And this summer, I've got something special. I've got a special new technique for a potato tower that you haven't seen before. So it's new, and I'm going to give that a shot. We'll experiment with that, and I got real good vibes about it. I got a real good feeling, think it's going to be awesome. So make sure you like and subscribe this video. Thanks for watching. Leave me a comment. Say hello. Let me know where you're at and what you're planting this year. This is Troy Time. We're glad you're here. I'm out.